No, I just sat down. Let me pee one more time. Sorry, Loki. Do not chew on my earphones. Sorry for All right, do I have audio now? My camera is so delayed in studio. Okay, now I hear myself. How much audio am I hearing? Oh, this. I don't know what people are hearing from my last background chatter. Okay, I have audio now. Awesome. I unmuted myself. I'm trying to import stuff through a different way, and from what I'm seeing, my camera is super delayed because I'm sitting. But I would hear myself. That? Back to studio. Okay, I do not know why my right, it's the small things right now because my camera is super delayed by like minutes. So I'm trying something different, but I don't know if I like it. But is there actually, can I stop this? I'm just going to. Okay. I'm gonna try to sew. What did I get? All right, so I'm just gonna talk. I don't know. Eventually, my video will catch up. I'm just gonna hang out in the chat, and I'm just gonna roll with what we've got. So, trying to import stuff via OBS and everybody. I don't know which microphone I'm on. The camera is super slow. Oh, the boys want treats. So let's do that. My USB microphone. Okay, that's the one I should be on. Oh, now I finally see myself sitting back down. That's funny. Okay. But that it shows all this stuff. Alright, well, I'll know for next time to not start the camera before I'm actually ready. Note to self, good to know. Alright, you boys want snacks, so let's do something fun. Whoa, everything catches up. I do not know. Oh, can I kick this and just do the way I normally like it? Stop. Are you sure? No, I don't want to. Hold on. If I go to stop streaming and just go over to here.
Hello and welcome.
What's this? And then I want my virtual camera on. Which camera does it want to go to? I know you boys have been so patient, and I have been a mess. Okay, Are we caught up? You are. Yeah. Oh no. I think I see myself caught up now. Yeah, I was like, oh, we're trying something different, a new showtime to the roster. So I was like, oh, this is lower stakes. Does this work? And the answer is that was a hot mess. Perfect. Yeah, something. Okay. Oh, you boys. I got so distracted now that things are working. Like, okay. That made me look and feel terrible and so stressed out, and I, that was not a nice experience for me. All right, boys, I can probably take off my ear pods. Okay. Finally, that was too much. I did not enjoy that experience, and I apologize. And hopefully, the clowns are in town today. Yeah. So I'm so distracted. Oh, little man, do not play with my other ear pod. Okay. We have these corded stays. We have to practice. We'll pull up a smocking template. Yeah. Come on, you are like just out of this frame. Oh, yeah. All right, boys. Okay, but I'm gonna. Thank you. I had to trick him so I could get it. He was sitting on the drawer where this. I don't need this ear pod in. I'm not listening to anything. Okay, take a breath. We're not stressed out. We're here to have fun, and we do pretend we know how to stream sometimes. But this. Do not chew on my. Sorry. He loves earphones and cords, and that is a problem. Alright, Hey! These are not a toy for you, dude! Yeah. Stop that. Hey! We're gonna have one of this is gonna be our misadventures for today. This is our misadventures. Try to do something fun. Because it's been wild around here. Absolutely batshit crazy. It snowed for 2 days in a row, and I think at one point there was 10-ish inches of snow. And we probably should have moved the car from under the trees when there was only like 6. So we moved it because there's so many broken trees, and didn't want the power line to go down on the car in case the power went out. So Monday night, it was 9 o'clock, and we weren't tired yet, and I'd already cooked beans for chili. We stress cooked. Hey, hold on one moment here. Can you stop playing with the cords? Stop playing with cords! Alright, I think we're back. Oh, that's right. So we stressed cooked chili, and it was good. Fortunately, the power at our house did not go out, but yeah. We had a giant pot. Oh, that's what, because the fridge happened to have a mix of venison beef breakfast sausage that we used as our. So that was the meat in our sausage. We did have kidney beans, pinto beans. Oh, Ellie, everyone else is getting my weather. I should be getting. Yeah, messaged home and I was like, you guys can have your snow back. And I haven't driven. I was supposed to theoretically leave the house today, but I said no. I'm not leaving the house today. Oh, let's see. Oh, just in North Carolina, all 4 seasons this week. Yes. Spring is not here right now, but we have had winter. Well, we've had early spring because the irises and daffodils are sprouted already. So that is fun. But yeah, just popping outside for a few minutes and listening. You're like, is there going to be a tree? There's huge branches that you can't even see the extent of the damage yet because there's still snow and it's cold, so it's not melting. I saw it finally blacked out today on the road, but I can't really get out of my driveway to get to said road, so that's a good time. All right, where are we? Should we pretend that we're like a sewing show sometimes? I sliced the sections and the lavender layer for the bust gores. I think I might just stitch the main panels together and then we'll set in the gores themselves so we don't get lost. Oh, Allie, you still have 2 and 3.5 months of frozen left. Yeah, I do not love this 4 months on end. Fortunately, I have enough winter clothes and we got our snow pants and winter boots on and went for a short little trip outside, but even a short walk, well, I'm completely deconditioned right now, but also the snow was almost up to my knees in places because I'm short. Okay, no. All right, I'm gonna unpick one gore at a time and set it aside. We're gonna sew. What's the word that I'm looking for? Flatline the 2 layers together, then we'll consult the corresponding gore section and lay it in at the appropriate angles. Yeah, so needless to say, I have not left the house. Watching people on the first day when there was only 6 to 8 inches of snow with their front wheel drive, 3-inch clearance, trying to drive in the snow, I was like, I'm not going anywhere. And we didn't move the car, and then more snow came, and it has been cold enough to nothing's it's just finally starting to think that some of it's melting, but then it's supposed to be below freezing cold in the nighttime still, so good times. Oh my gosh, and I was I'm tired. I keep staying up too late. May or may not have been exposed to a gamut of different things from lovely petri dishes. And then I was also giggling to myself. It's dressed by modern standards, but I still need my sack coat or something, or a proper skirt over all my layers of petticoats. So, again, sewing underwear in my underwear, yet not underwear by most modern notions. Okay, where? That was the pin. Okay, ouch! I'm just sticking myself now. Alright, there it is. This way, like I thought, so it's laying in the orientation. I need to slot it in. And I think because the fashion fabric on these little gores is a little bit slender, I'm going to put the seams to the inside to just cover that up. So I thought it would be easier actually to set the gores in and then do the stabilizing embroidery where I know how far I need to reinforce things to keep everything where it's supposed to. But then also, I think I've got enough if we grade the seam allowance down. And could we grade the seam allowance down, use the rolled hem foot on the outside, and still run a piece of cording to reinforce that extra there? Maybe. Oh, let's see here, Ellie. Yep, if you were now to get it all the way. Oh, yes. Yep, if you were now to be like you were right now in a public interaction, you would be put in a padded room or an infirmary. Yes. Absolutely. I am in a complete state of disarray and undress, not suitable for public viewing. Yep. So out of it, I can't even be seen in public. Oh, how times have changed. Yep. So good thing I'm not out in public. We're just live streaming to the info instead. Okay. Yes. Oh, should I change the camera angle so we can look at the table, so when I point stuff at the table, everybody can see better? That sounds like a great idea, Phoenix. How's that? Oh, that looks. Now we can see. So, took the gore, pinned it in. We're going to stitch on the first flat lining just to the outside of it, not to the inside. We don't need it any bit smaller, but we'll do that. Trim the red layers down, and then we'll manage the purple, lavender, lilac, whatever hue that is. So what I did not yet do is mark all the other lines, because we've got to set the boning channel in, but I'm kind of waiting to do that and the horizontal reinforcement cords until the gores were done, because I need to be able to maneuver things. Ellie, now it's like, oh, maybe she's going on an international flight. That would be comfortable on a flight, wouldn't it? Insert friend's name here. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just living the La Boheme lifestyle and globe trotting. That's me. Fashionably fashionable. Oh, that's okay, Phoenix. It is quite comfortable. Got a layer of thin, fleecy lined leggings and stockings. I was like, oh, would I would I regret getting rid of most of my non-made-by-me leggings and having hand knit stockings instead? I feel like yes, but I got morning hand stitching that needs to be doing that I am not doing right now, so I can't really justify starting a knitting project. And so, you know what I should have done? Probably. No, I was thinking if I should have made a little clip to separate that, but I don't want to destabilize. What is it going to stitch better? All right, let's see here. Let's hang out with the chat for a second. I think that is right, globe-trotting virtually. You're in Canada right now. Ah, that's true. I am up in Canada. And I'm in North Carolina. We're just getting all the places. What? Oh, right. Boys, what are you doing, little man? Oh, Allie, you went to one of those 100-year-old brass. Oh, you want one of those 100-year-old brass sock knitters one of these days? Yes, I kind of want a circular sock machine. As I'm thinking about tights, how would you add stitch, like, depending on how do you add stitches to it to increase the size, I wonder a little bit. But then I've also seen, even for free, files for a modern 3D printed circular sock knitting machine. And I may or may not know someone with a printer. I was like, but I enjoy printing. Not bleeding on my project. Yeah, I'm contemplating being in touch and okay. Because I don't know how I'm gonna get a nice. I think I need to turn the and get the turn. Oh, Ellie, where are Victorian era books on knit tights? Yeah, I like them. Like, I know how to knit. Which is also why I kind of am in my head thinking about just doing it by hand and not with a knitting machine. That's true, Allie. The 3D printed stuff like that wears out quick. And I have, as with different machine styles, learning how to use a knitting machine isn't the same skill as knowing how to hand knit. And I also just don't want Phoenix. I don't want or need another machine as I acquired that free one last week that I still need to take the hood off of. And you're right, Allie, that 513 is a slant shank. And I've also told myself, if I find something cheap, I don't feel the need to like just go out and get all of the attachment pieces for this machine right now. So I'm not going to. Yeah, so that's where I'm at that. So thinking about it would be fun, not ready for that. But you know what? I think instead of, oh, my feet are cold. Phoenix, why didn't you get your treadle slippers? Because I didn't. So there we have the first gore in. If I'd trimmed it appropriately, I'd have it fold over the other way, but I'm just going to fold it towards the middle of the gore. And once we've got them all set in, I'll do the trimming and the finishing. I just want to leave as much meat on those sections as possible. Also, I don't feel like fiddling, doing one, getting the changing feet, getting set up for the cording and that jazz. I just want to batch sew for a few moments. We can get to the, actually, you know what? Thanks everybody for coming by to the circus on a Wednesday. I kind of just was like, oh, I need time to get all these projects done. I should just add another string to the rotation to accomplish that. Maybe too small. No, the gore. It's. My brain was trying to tell me that depending on which side I finished the gore seam on was going to change the end size of the gore. And I'm like, no, Phoenix, you are being silly. Doesn't matter. Just need to be finished nicely. And right now we're not at the finishing stages, so it doesn't matter. But, you know what? It goes this way. So we'll just set it face up in its orientation while wait a little more. On to the next gore. Yes, Allie. Good call leaving the seam as much as possible for fitting. No one has both left and right sides the same. That is where that extra comes in very handy. Yes. Everything should fit pretty good because I'd cut it out of the red, stitched in the gores, tried everything on again. Please do note to self, you have extra in the back. That I can bring in. Also, I was trying to think about the shoulder straps. Like, do I have to? So, I'll either have them detachable or just strapless corded stays. Also, they're not there yet. So we get rid of this. We have, and people do practice that smocking detail that I want to do for that dress, which I think I'm going to have it done by Valentine's Day. need to get the practice sampler done. But we're going to keep it super simple. We're just going to do, I think, what is it, the honeycomb smocking, just in a V shape to do the gathering for the bust section. I was contemplating having it going around the back, but I was also thinking of just having a super low back with a beaded necklace detail, also to act as the closure kind of towards the top of the shoulder neck area. So I don't love a halter. I feel like they choke me. I don't think strapless will work for me. No, I need something. Oh, yes. Okay, you're thinking for my, yes. Probably, that's also true, Ellie. Strapless isn't going to really work for this either, because even with the straps, I'm always, like, lifting it up. This one. Could probably make the straps a little bit shorter on here. Yeah, I think that just a little strap with a lot of ribbon so I can get it in just the right, so that the assets can be just where I need them to be. Yeah. You are so smart, Allie, and I concur. Jeff would probably be really annoyed if he found out how many times I ask a question and agree with you rather than ask the first idea or a suggestion. And they'll be like, well, I'm going to do it this other way anyway. So I was just curious. I'm not going to follow your oh man. How's everybody's week going? Yeah, I've been stuck at home doing underbusk. That would be, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think of, where's my sketches for, oh. Yeah, I was looking from that corsets and crinoline one. Basically, that's kind of what my sketches. Because they do have that. Because I'm going to do a little bit of reinforcing cording in the center between the two gores, but I was also considering, where's my sketch? Of course not where I want it to be, but to do a few rows of cording, I think in a V shape underneath the bust to add another as a stabilizing, reinforcing layer. Oh, did I draw it? I didn't put it on my sketch. I drew it on the pattern. Well, let's see here. Oh, hey, William! Feels like the longest week ever, and it's only Wednesday. Ooh. Oh, you just got home from adulting. No worries. Thanks everybody for stopping by and my, like, so we got so much to work on, and I was like, I kind of want to add another show to the week because of things. And you've got the late night time covered. And I just don't love streaming. I sometimes need to get off the computer and run away. Oh, can't say, but we got a quorum at the circus. So can I do? I don't know the best way to see this right now because it's written super lately. But here's the here's the gore slits. Was thinking of some like decorative stitching or something for the center sections, and then yeah, underneath to maybe do 4 or 5 corded channels in a V shape. Oh, everybody's playing chauffeur or just finishing playing chauffeur fair. It is that time. I was like, oh, 3 o'clock is 6 o'clock for a lot of folks. So well, I'm glad we could give you something to listen to while you use the Mommobile. Oh, William, this week is dragging on. It feels like we've had 3 Mondays in a row. Yeah, with the weather and the snow and kind of just, I don't know, not if I got a cold or something, it's not enough to, it's just enough to be annoying. Unfortunately, not enough to be like down for the count in bed for a while. And it's been so oh, this camera angle, no head, no head, but all sewing machine tape. Yeah, it's just weird, and it's gonna be off and on cold and snowy all week. But the plow fight finally came through today so that we could see the blacktop, but yeah, because I don't know if I would like wood in that V channel, but I think a few rows of reinforced cording might give that V-shape hold that the Phoenix is in need of. Oh, but right, because then we can go. So we've got the embroidery, the channels, and then at the waistline, one of the versions had 5 or 6 horizontal channels that I thought would make sense to do after a bulk of the top section gets done, because then we'll leave enough room so we can sew the busk channel in, but not have it in, do the backy forthy on the channels, something or other. Keep thinking I knew the order of operations for this project, and then every time I'm like, I'm questioning myself. Oh, there's my other pin cushion. Or my life choices, but no, not really. I enjoy hanging, but I could wear this chemise underneath these stays too. Alright, we are just prattling along. Alright. I trimmed my notch. Not gonna worry about the bottom layer showing through right now. A, because we might need it. B, we're gonna trim it and see. You know what this underwear doesn't have enough of yet? You're right. Lace and trimmings. So, it's some excuse to use some of these little pieces I have floating around my stash. So we'll just make it a little sampler. Or else we're going to have a few shows of going through tiny pieces of, not small bits and bobs of lace and ribbon while we make flowers or different ornamentation. A, because I think it would be fun. B, because my hoarder brain says I can't get rid of this, so I need to do something with it. So let's make flowers. Then we can have a lace flower dress to go with the crocheted flower cape that I haven't finished yet. Lace and trim it, I know it.
right? Isn't that always the answer, Allie? Even back then, it's like, something's not right. Lace and trim. Phoenix. Something not right? Lace and trim it. Nobody will know. just add more lace and trim. It's the cure-all for everything. Everything's better with lace and trim. It's the best thing on the block. And, I mean, I think you've seen the... I have a whole bunch of long lots, but then I've got, 6-inch, 8-inch, little 4-inch, little... like this. Old, a little tartan worn for the weather, not long enough for much. Will it make a beautiful blue little rose for our blue knickers that we also need to get back to with the, speaking of insertion lace? Yes. Can never have enough lace and trim doodads. While also trying to remain tasteful so as not to look overdone and like an unmanaged garden. Something is not right here. Oh, just good to know that tip for future reference. That tip for future references. Yeah. It's my favorite. When in doubt, we don't do the Coco Chanel take one thing off. When in doubt, you add one more rhinestone. That's the secret. Okay. So I think we did actually catch the point. Let's see here. What did Allie share with us now? Oh, Victorian. Oh, this is good sound. I'm already excited. This picture's gonna be good. Where do I have this tab I can share from? Let's see. Yes. Oh. Alright. We need to start screen share, start presentation. Oh, I need to pick my window, which is this one, share. Yes. Oh, if I make it big here, will it make it bigger? Yep. Oh, I love that blue. And is that do you think that's a Swiss waist? Maybe. Or is that the waistline? Or are they? And the little trim at the neckline of that collar. Oh, we could do that on the machine. We could do that type of detailing. Just a couple of simple pleats on a nice white shirt, super high collar. I think I'd feel choked in that collar, but that's just me. Oh, the cuffs on that jacket. Is that a two-piece sleeve with this, maybe not, because it's got the gatherings. Alright, I am analyzing the picture. Let's see, I think that waistband is the trick. Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah, that V'd waistline versus a flat set. Yes, yup. I think it's a cover-up made, as a Swiss waist. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, the shape of that waist, because it really accentuates that hourglass figure better and it tricks the eye into narrowing the illusion of the waist even smaller. Yes, it's time to stop being lazy and try this waist detail, or this waist shape. And I think you're right. I like that also because I think I've been defaulting to the other lazy shape as my having no waist is an excuse, but I think this is going to be better. Just you have no idea what we're talking about, but I'm learning. I'm taking notes. Well, don't take notes while you're driving. So, okay. So a Swiss waist is, if I recall correctly, a belt type piece that's worn like a belt, and it typically has this V shape, period. And it can be laced up the back, but also, yeah, so I've been doing a waistband that comes across just flat at the waistline, but having the V shape brings your eyes down from this wide, like I would call that like a baby leg of mutton sleeve where it's super full at the top of the arm, but then tapers down towards the wrist. And what I was questioning, because some of these old sleeves, there's a front piece that has a seam on the pinky side and the thumb side versus most sleeves now just come through the middle of the hand into the armpit. Oh, you're home now. Okay, good. Yes, and let's see here. That's what I got. Oh, and then I was when we were looking. Oh, I can't. There, I can pull it up a little bit. On the collar of the top collar of the shirt, it's got that little scallop detail that is either applied lace or I think you could do something like that, like we've been learning to do it on the machine before and then have the collar all fixed up. That's just, there we go. That was my non-learned, I went to the YouTube School of Fashion History. Now we're sharing it on the YouTubes and the Rumbles. Oh, did I just... No, okay. Thought I broke the meter real quick. Looking at it. Okay. I have to sit up right. Too many chins. Okay, so two gores down. Yeah. That's where it's gonna sit. And just a little bit higher, yeah, because I want it to be like covering but smush but covering. Not like this one that keeps drooping. It was up like just a smidge more, but that's alright. This is Phoenix is cold and we needed our quilted stays. My goodness, but I took a picture yesterday. Oh, microphone. Why are you dropping and stressing me out? There was a tree that was filled with at least seven or eight robins just trying to stay warm. I'm like, it's too cold. Because I have robins who live here all year round. But I wonder sometimes if a handful of them came down from Canada and they're like, we left the north to not have to deal with the snow. How dare you? We're on our winter vacation. We're snowbirding and You're giving us snow. That's right. Okay, which way I've been doing. I'm like, no, we've been stitching just about everything from the top layer. So, okay. Yeah, so that's... Alright, but then in the night times I've been reading... What is it? Got some plates. It's a 10-year... let me just pull it up. Oh. Deb Salisbury, The Art of Fashion, 1850 to 1859. It's on my Kindle Unlimited. And there's so many pieces of it that it's like, I don't think they make that fabric. I don't understand what that word is. Good times. But I understand the pictures, sort of. And then it got me into that rabbit hole again of, there's that woman, her page is prior attire, and she makes all sorts of periods of costumes, fancy, all sorts of things. And a handful of times a year in England, she coordinates balls or has a team. I don't understand all the things, but there's fancy dress balls that have everybody's welcome, but you have to meet the dress code. It's very particular. No steampunk, no modern underpinnings. She likes it to be very period correct, which is fantastical. And it sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm not... Oh, I am not... The thought of getting on an airplane does not appeal to me. I want those. I should have bought 3 of them when they were for sale locally. Used Patterns of Fashions 1 through 5. You chatted with the fellow that revamped the books of Janet Arnold. Very accurate for dress of all sorts of eras. Yes. I have one of them. I have a digital copy in my library. I wish that they're so well-researched academics. I don't necessarily mind the price of them. I'm just not keen right now on the cost of shipping from England, unless I find them again on Craigslist. Because there was like 3 of them for $75 and I didn't. I should have snagged them. Yes, Allie, Prior Attire has those balls. She has videos on YouTube. It is well worth it. Very accurate, and no, I was watching one of her dressing videos yesterday, which, yep, she was fresh in my head hole. Amazing costume. Everything's spectacular. Here I'm just my mediocre mission of it's like, oh, when I think my brain got into the hole of like, it's highly unlikely that I will ever be attending one of her events. And did see that for a while the state had a Georgian society. Not that I love that her waist line for me because I got too much fabric to. Yeah, I agree. The shipping and handling costs are crazy, and so many people are with the. Hey, Ellie, is your mail work functioning again finally, or are they still on? Are the postal workers still on strike up there? Just you keep threatening to send her a button ball. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, that she needs her chapper, whoever. Nice. It's helpful that she has a human who helps her dress and puts up with it. So I can't complain because Dove is also helpful at making sure I'm dressed sometimes. Because I can't get dressed by myself. Yeah, I'm kicking myself because there was 3. I can't remember which 3 of the 5 I'd seen on Craigslist a while back, and I didn't snag them for $75 because the books themselves are quite pricey on the scale of like college textbook prices. Oh, she never has a button hook handy. I think even I have a button hook. Where is it? Because it's kind of course it's around. I know my button hook is. She never has one. That seems like something like shoehorns where you need like multiples. If you're a sewer and you know you always need one, why don't you stitch yourself a little thing in your boot case so that it's just like tied in there or safety pinned in with your shoes? I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, that seems like fun stuff. And just to go do those old-fashioned dances. Can we make the minuet great again? Or the tarantella? So many great old-fashioned dances. Which kind of goes back into my brain hole of my machinacious mind. That wouldn't it be funny to continue to make all of these random clothes, but then pick out, in the time period that we've made garments, try to learn some of the dances again, or like little funny vaudeville strip teasing, but Allie, well, really their college uni textbooks required reading for many. Okay, so then that justifies their cost. If they're used as textbooks, then they deserve the textbook cost. I am also a little surprised that they don't have more of them and the digital copies like in Kindle. So I can't. Which one do I have? Not the one that has all the undergarments. Yeah. Oh, I've got 3. A digital copy of 3. Yeah, I like how they've got the grids. It makes me. I get. I'm a little Where's my words, Phoenix? It doesn't completely make sense to me. Taking her drawings on the grid and just trying to scale it up on a printer and then go and make your changes. Like, it in my head, it makes more sense to look at the sketches on the grid, have your measurements, and then just draft a new version that way rather than the other way. But I don't know, maybe my head is on weird and I don't know. Yeah, that's on my wish list, especially 5. I think that's got all the underpinnings because how do we really make the most of it's just Phoenix, are you a circus? Yes, but are you sure you're not really an underwear sewing channel? Also, yes. Alright, let's set this other gore in. Oh, is this the last gore? The final gore down? The final gore down. Oh, Ellie, that is called the Rockheim method. Some do that or both. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Interest. All right. Because that, in my head, that just seems like the increased likelihood of success with the least iterations of requiring wasted paper. Because I don't know, in my head, just to assume that a scaled up line drawing on the grid is gonna, like, there's no way that's gonna fit me. Some just use the drape method and no pattern at all. Yes, I would have wished that my dress form CLE didn't fall over and break one too many times. I am not. Don't consider myself I don't drape, but you need helps to have a form to drape on. It's only those fancy pleated bust and waist details. It just seems to be more easier to just fold and pin and to drape it rather than to flat pattern. All of our best fours. Okay. Well, I kind of actually like the red poking through, even though that's going to be covered. I know, there's so many ways to get to the end, to have a garment at the end of it. And everything, you each have their own skills and practice and what you like better and what you learned and what you have at your access to. I printed off enough patterns. Actually, I need to go through again. I printed off some of the mood patterns, but I've never, like a sweat lounge set and things. I might just recycle the paper, use it for other things because haven't done it yet, and I don't know if I'm going to. Okay. Where are we? We have our gores in. What makes sense to sew next? Well, you said the back, that would probably be the right answer. Oh, there it is. It was hiding from me. Well, there's half. Cats are moving pieces on me. I have one half of the back. Yeah. It's this side. There's the underpit section, the curve that might need to be adjusted. How do I want? The answer is yes, Phoenix. You should probably look at the reference, sketch onto the paper, and then either roll it to make holes and pounce or something. Oh, pardon me, so that we can attempt to do that. I don't know. Okay. All right, we're doing it. We're gonna sew my other underwear instead. Where are we on our blue? I am just misplacing everything. All right, let's get back to these beauties for a few minutes. Got bits and pieces of too many things. Yeah, we might need to add. Oh, isn't that supposed to? Did I misplace all the pieces for everything? Am I just losing all my marbles? Maybe so. What's the bottom? Oh, there's the other top pieces. Okay. I'm just trying to line everything back up again. Okay, because I was thought, wouldn't it be fun? I'll just stitch a row of insertion ways. I should probably get a ruler or mark a little bit, because knowing me, we'll just be like all over the place. Should pretend we are stitching in straight lines. Let's get a blue pencil. This little smush in here. So I thought we would try a different way to do this. And we're going to stitch the little piece of lace on top. Then we're going to cut the center and we'll roll hemmed. Oh, it's really hard to see that light blue on the light blue on the camera. Isn't it? Oh, there we go. Sort of. This darker one is the lace. We're going to stitch that down. Cut it, slit it in half. On the inside, use the rolled hem foot to attach it down. I do need clear elastic totes for my projects. That's true, it limits the projects. And you can see what's easy and the kitties can't walk off with new bed parts or playthings. This is absolutely true. And it would help my brain because I'm like a magpie and I just collect all the shiny stuff. And sometimes that's a problem. Ruler. That would very much help keep me collected. Oh, you went Victorian 4-drawer rolling trolley, but not clear plastic. That sounds spectacular. But yeah, I know my brain, and if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. So clear is very much a help to me. 2, 3. Let's do 4 inches, and we'll just make some little marks here. Yeah, because everything, the having your projects in piles doesn't work. I kind of have some baskets and different things, but then again, it's cats get into things and I need to be able to see. Oh, all the more reasons why we had to get an extra shelf. Why sew alone when you can sew online with friends? Don't sew alone. Start a live stream. Yeah, I am actually gonna put some pins in. Look at me trying to be careful, not all ramshackle in my work. It's like, wouldn't a cute little ribbon, rose, spaced a little bit in different shades of blue, look super cute on these bloomers? Phoenix, do you need to add more? Yes. The answer is always yes. Oh. Then you use the big pieces and you have all the little pieces. So at some point you just need to stop and make ribbon flowers. I started reading the Vaughn method for running a needlework shop. Let me get the name of this book. It's too good. All the things, like, I've never, now I want to try, oh, okay, page 39. Oh, the Successful Embroiderer's Shop. A book that deals with art needlework as a business by Guido von Horvath from the Vaughn Studio. Published by the Vaughn Studio. Super fun. Talking about the different ways of transferring embroidery designs to fabric and the manual pounds or VON. Victory, Oscar, nerds. Oh, yes, please, thank you. Yeah, it's from 1917. They also try to sell you with some of their other embroidery books or manuals. It was just the first section was great. They're like, the first step to being a successful embroidery shop is talent and having an eye for the colors and the details. Anybody can learn the business side of it, but if you don't have a good eye, you won't make it. And how important it is to sometimes not have the creative be the business person and vice versa. But you can't have someone who's just got a good business head will unlikely to be a good owner of an embroidery shop without the eye. Yeah, it's in the don't use your little filler words. I've located it at the Internet Archive in their book section. Let me. Alright. There's the title and the author, so it's the Vaughn method. Oh, that's so funny. I type and it shows up on all the places. Awesome. Silly Rumble Studio. What's up, goobers? I know, you keep not coming at the beginning of the show when it's snack time. Little Mia, leave her alone. It's not time yet. You've got a whole hour, and you had snacks. Oh, you know what? Let's mark the other bloomer leg, and I'll do them both at the same time. I know, because the pile of fabric next to me is a disaster. Yeah, sometimes the Phoenix needs to be contained a little bit, because left to our own devices, sometimes we should not be. So I started making myself rewatch old episodes of the British and American hoarders. I'm like, no, don't do this to yourself. You're not a hoarder. You just have hoarder brain sometimes. Just why we're getting our fix for new things by making new things from our stash. And needing to take a critical look at things that you've made that you don't like. Either go back to the stash to be remade or run out. And it's okay. Yeah, thanks for coming to my pep talk to myself. It's a good reminder that I need to remind myself that the acquiring of sewing supplies and sewing are different skills, are different hobbies, and it's alright to just get back to the sewing of it. What's up, Goobingstons? Okay, I'm just pinning all the pieces down. What we also have is the white bias tape we stitched a couple of weeks ago now. I'll grab some paper and mark 1-inch sections. So we'll sew the tops every 1 inch, but then have them offset on the, or crisscross, some way so that we make a lacing channel at this bottom edge here. Of course, we'll have to throw a piece of ribbon to cover the seams and pick something to use as our tie to gather in our bloomers. My gosh, thank you all. Could look at it this way, says Allie. If it wasn't for hoarders, there would be nothing in museums. True. That is a good point. And I have to appreciate everybody who's here. All 7 of you across all the platforms. Thanks for stopping by my new showtime. So we are adding 3 shows a week. Because going 5 days between streams was just too much. So now we'll have 2 streams on our weekend streams. We'll take a break for 2 days. we'll do our Wednesday afternoon show, take a break for 2 more days, and then be back. On Saturdays. I know my my grandparents, for whatever reason, had a World War II Army medic cot in the basement that did get donated to a museum. A, we had things, and B, it was the right choice. I come by it honestly. Oh, it's good that we didn't poke our fingers anymore on the blue satin sateen. No, I thought for a second I was going to grab my sweater. Then I also have a black velvet opera coat, and it's like, do I want to put my opera coat on? Sometimes I can't move my... need to hem the bottom a little bit because it's a wee bit long unless I wear super high heels, which are fine, and or I need to make sure I'm snug enough in my shoulders because sometimes it's a little tight. Okay, so we're just going to go back stitch. We're just stitching the lace on the top like you just attach anything. The funny business isn't going to happen until we stitch. We're going to sew the whole line and then sew all the way back. Checking around those blue hash marks that I made because that's the bottom line. That's our bottom stitch line. So, just trying to be careful. Oh, now we're starting to squish, so I just pulled it to stretch it out just a little bit. I'm going to make sure to feed dogs feed everything nicely. And it's not super heavy, but it's amazing how if you have enough fabric, even if it's pretty slippery, the machine doesn't like it after a while. It's like, no, you're pulling this too much in the wrong direction. It's a little like wiggly, but it'll be alright. Yes, I think we're going to have a detail at the bottom, something on the leg. I have to go through our tub. I think we need just like a cup. It just doesn't, it's not enough. If I'm going to get started, then we're going to need to get some more to these frilly underwears. Needs more lace and trim. Ooh, we're almost at the end of this one. Oh, let's pull out these pins. Yeah, there's a couple of wrinkles. Somehow the lace is not feeding. It's almost like the just lighten the pressure on the pressure foot just the littlest smidge. But Needs more lace, more trim. Exactly. Yeah, this underwear, these two details is not, it's like, if I'm going to have this few, then it would be better to have done none at all, because it's, no. More. Give me more. Should we, let's get these two pieces trimmed, set down, and we'll trim the, oh, there's my shears. We'll trim the insides, roll hem them down, then we'll pick more lace. And Allie thinks my next project I need to just connect lace and trim into, yes, yes, and yes. I think we can make that happen. Oh, right. No, it's so, I'm like stressed about that it's got this like little wavy bit to it. But it really doesn't matter, does it? These are fancy underwear and it's gonna get stitched down and they're a little oversized. What do we want to do? What's our scrap lace and trim project? Do we do a bodice and a skirt? Do we do a dress? Don't know if I have enough for a circle skirt. That's always been like my go-to skirt. So but that would be fun. We could do, should Phoenix make a lace pencil skirt with a little, some type of, how much do I have? I'm like, I probably have more for that. I haven't probably have enough little pieces to do a full shirt and not just a little bralette. Or while we think about motifs for our own handmade lace corset, do we try it? Maybe the Parker underbust course, is that the Parker? I've got two corset patterns printed from nude patterns that I haven't made yet. Do we do a scrappy lace and trim corset? The style of corset we haven't made yet. My head says make all of them, so. Alright, I'll see you in the project land. Scratch that underbust corset though. I don't. What's the point of a corset if you still need to wear a bra? And unfortunately, an underbust corset is not. I'm gonna cut it. Okay. We got one line of ribbon trim stitched. Let's do the other one, then we'll do all the scary cutting, and we'll do a rolled hems. 4 rolled hems to be exact. Yeah, pencil skirt with a lace corset. And I also don't need to, and I can use up some super little pieces. So I've got enough of that white tulle. We can either just make a big piece of the lace scraps and cut it up, or just make the pieces. Under bust corset is just for a torso silhouette. Yep. And it could be fun. It could give us a reason to finish up those red pasties. Which, that could be a thing. I think we cut those like last year or 2 years ago. Oh, like the 1810s look. Yes. Where's my... like stuck in the end of the previous century. Let's see, 1810s. Yup. Oh, because that would be cute too for... Yes. That would be cute out of ribbon and lace also. I think we've got enough for all of it. Yes. That might be a way that I don't hate that pure waist on me. I drew lines from it, so why are you not stitching on the lines you drew? They're all over the place. That would be fun with all those little lace pieces. Let me do some sketching. I can't believe you don't sketch your ideas. That's the... I think that's half the fun, and then helpful to my brain to collect myself when I draw the sketches, but it's got a way that works that makes sense, and that is the right way for them. There. School was like doing funny things. We were dancing in the schoolyard. What? Alright. Almost at the end of the second one, and we'll stitch it around. Then do the scary cutting part, which is second scary, only to moving some stuff around and grabbing the trim tub so we can figure out what other trim we're going to use for this project. At the moment, we have an insufficient amount of pretties. You're sorry you make me get sketchy ideas. No, not at all, Ellie. I love it. I actually enjoy sketching my idea. I enjoy it. It's not, don't be sorry for... Don't you dare be sorry for making me do something I enjoy already. Little dude. Do I need a kitty break? Yeah, come on. Say hi. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. I think he like put on another pound. He just kept getting bigger and bigger. Oh, again, he's eating the busks. I should just move them. Hey, stop! Don't! Hey! Because he's chewing on metal busks. Because he's a weirdo. Don't chew on my. Now he's onto the ruler. Dude, why am I doing this so you can play with it? What are you doing? You are making me do stuff. It's not time for your dinner. You've got 20 minutes. It's not 5 o'clock yet. The bell hasn't gone off. Just don't eat my monitor. He's like, the other cats will just like rub their cheeks on your phone and just mark their stuff. Little man likes to mark things with his teeth. Don't break a tooth on the metal. I'm not taking you to the dentist tonight. Now it's over there like wagging and completely has his attention. Just don't get your tail stuck over the needle, okay, dude? I don't want to bleed on the exclude fabric. Okay, see you later. Oh, he's just... Yeah, he just wanted a more cozy seat to inspect and yell at me from. Those cat inspectors, always inspecting. Yeah, but it's nice to have these. You know, when I'm knitting, I really need to be monotonous. I'll never finish anything, and I really need to. And my brain really needs to do a little bit more with sewing, but like bouncing back between the stays and this. Sometimes it just gives my brain needs a rest. Like I can't think about the next step of it. Let's stitch something else for a few minutes. When I've had enough of a break and I can get back to it. Alright, so the lace is adhered. So, going to lay this flat and oh, you know what? Alright. Flipped it wrong side facing up, so I've got very faintly, you may be able to see where the two lines of the seam lines are. So I'm not gonna mark it. I'm just gonna very carefully. This is so scary to do live. This is so scary to do. I'm gonna stand up. I'm so scared. So I'm going to set the scissors in between the layer of lace and the fabric layer. Now eyeball the center and very, very carefully cut through the fabric without cutting the lace. Going slow, always using the table as a guide for my shears. I'm also trying to see that I've got the tip so that we don't cut the lace. The mission of this right now is don't cut the lace. And try to leave a knot even on each side. And then the awesome part is once we do this one, we get to do it again. And for every other piece of lace that we're going to attach to this. Part of my brain, it almost seems silly. Like in my head, it almost feels less wasteful to do this with little scraps of fabric that you just attach together with the lace and the trim. Oh, I cut it a little near out there. Oh, sugar snaps. Oh, I forgot that I closed off one of the ends and I was worried, but at the same, actually it doesn't matter because I'm going to put, there's going to be a seam there, so that's going to get covered up anyway. There is this one section that's a little bit narrow. I have way too much. But we'll do the narrow rolled hem, and then this is on the inside, so if I need to reinforce it a little bit, we can, because of course we should look and see if we have some ribbon to apply to the top and the bottom, or just the bottom where it's wonky. If I use my fingers, separate the fabric, there you can see the lace attached on the inside. Ooh. Ah. Okay. But now we have to cut the second one and be a little bit more careful. I don't know why at the end I flubbed it up, but okay, so we're gonna slide in gently and cut carefully. Okay, we got this, Phoenix. Once you do this and you can do one of your favorite steps, you can use your rolled hem foot. You just gotta make it to the end without fudging it. Okay. Oh, this one is really wiggly on the inside. That's okay. Oh, cutting on string is really scary. It's almost as scary as like when we put in grommets. So I try to have this part done already. Today, we're showing it up and we're doing it live. We do cut with shears. The most riveting sewing content on right now. Phoenix cuts with shears. Oh, she keeps you in stitches. Utterly. That joke. No. Should have stayed in your head, kid. Not as funny as you thought. Okay. Oh, almost there. Oh, we did it. Yes. We made it. All right. That deserves a sip of bubbly coconut water. Oh, thinking of bubbly water. Oh my gosh. So, ordered. So I have our bubbly water maker. I wasn't sure. Dove was saying that. Wasn't sure that something was not working quite right. So I went on Amazon to order another of replacement, or just have two because I drink a lot of bubbly water. and they had some for like $40. I was looking, but they were aluminum, and I really liked the one that we have because it was stainless steel. So I spent a little bit more, funnily enough, to get this stainless steel one, but it's more like the old-fashioned soda fountain, so you just pull it, the siphon, and it quietly fizzes into your glass. It's so fancy, and it's black, like shiny black. But yeah, maybe I should do the. Oh no, the Patterns of Fashion book is at the mostly from their website. If they sold it on Amazon, then I could still have my free shipping, even if it came from the UK. All right, that's enough of me complaining about that piece. So I got the rolled hem foot on, and I'm just going to roll hem the inside of the lace very carefully. After we tuck ourselves in and make sure the chair is not on our project. Not going to worry about locking the ends because that's all going to get caught up in the seams. It's all going to get tucked away. This is just a little bit of just some fiddly rolled hemming. There. Oh wait, it's hard to see, but it's working. Is it going to be absolutely perfectly perfect? No. Is it going to be what I'm going to do because I'm not going to do it by hand? Yes. Could you do it by hand and get a finer finish? Probably. Maybe. But you got to sew how you enjoy it. I'm not trying for historical accuracy or faithful replication. I'm doing it the way I enjoy doing it. Just moving things along. Resettling everything today. Tries to not play driving lines. Okay, almost there. They're almost a quarter of the way done. Well, that's not too terrible. I thought that the seams were not super nice, but the narrow rolled hem foot just doesn't require a lot of fabric to just tuck everything in nicely. I'm like moving up there with like one of my most favorite seam finishing techniques. I'm just going to drive over to the other side to start the other half. Oh, so nice. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, maybe we'll do the other hem. Instead of digging into that tote, let me pull up the chart and let's try this honeycomb smocking, because we keep talking about this smocked evening dress and I feel like I'm teasing, so let's actually try the motif once we get the last two roll temps done. I brought the fabric over with me. For the nice sampler mock-up fabric. Well, that's so nice. Sorry to head up the fabric, and then you can't see this beautiful honeycomb again. Okay. I'm gonna leave a little bit long right now. Let's. Alright. At the right side of the fabric. And bottom we have our beautiful insertion lace set in on one bloomer leg. Let's do the other bloomer leg. Everybody's getting excited. It's almost dinner time. Look at the human. I don't know what we're eating for dinner. I had to forego certain things because it was too yucky to leave the house to try to go to the grocery store. So, maybe tomorrow. Thank you, Allie. Yeah, I'm perfect. No, but there's the top, and then let me see if I can. And here's the inside with the narrow rolled hem. And the outside. Yeah, it'll be fun to pick out some more. See what else I got in the stash. Because one piece of lace do frilly bloomers not make. And then I'm sure I'll have little strips of things to add into the scrappy lace project. Yeah, if you haven't tried putting in insertion lace, finishing the hems on the inside with your rolled hem foot, I 10 out of 10 highly recommend. It's just brilliant. Why do a little narrow rolled hem by hand? You can just use your rolled hem foot. Just do it. You'll like it. One of the best presser feet. should find reasons to use the other sizes, but I'm so hooked on this little narrow one. It's just the best. I know it's what everybody loves to hate, but you're missing out by being a hater. Okay, 3/4 done. On our way to the very last one for this lace piece. Oh, this is great. This is where it's like super beady. Now it helps to just kind of use your fingers as just like a little sandwich, like the bread. The fabric's the filler, your piece of cheese, and your fingers are the bread to just hold it through the little channel, just to guide it at night. Almost at the end of this, and then we're going to do something completely different. Yeah, I'll have to pull up a reference chart for those details because I don't recall. I like that honeycomb technique. Oh, should I pull up that? Oh my god, okay. Look up there. All right, we have 2 strips of insertion lace done for our ice blue bloomers. I will take off this presser foot, put the normal one back on, and set you with your other pieces. And now for something completely different. Wow, this has become almost like a Monty Python movie. Yes, that line always makes me think of. Well, I'm trying new things to keep clowning around here. So on this granite silver colory fabric we'd hemmed it a couple weeks ago, I took one of my cutting mats, and because the fabric is sheer, I just kind of loosely have about 1 inch, and what you can't really see, but I can tell you is there are little blue inch dots. No, blue dots every inch. Those are the words. Because the reference picture, it's set on the diagonal. So I think we can cut the top and the skirt in one. But I want to try that like blurry section in the middle is the smocked section. So we should pull up get a hand sewing needle and some thread. And I thought that I would try, because it's going to be diamond shaped, so instead of starting the smocking, no, we'll just do it parallel and we'll just see. Monty Python is super good, funny, most of it. Sometimes they're not. Why did I think about that gross skit about the guy who's eating all the food and explodes? That was gross. Also, someone was talking about or saying something from The Life of Brian also recently that was funny. Oh, that's right. I just pulled off. Oh, you can't see it. My hand is the hand sewing needle that I busted. I need a sharps container for broken needles. Oh, that needle's kind of fat. Is this needle too big? A little bit. Wafer thin mint, yes. Oh, no, I will not. I don't have the room. There's a needle that's more appropriately. Oh, that skid is so bad. Alright. Oh, you know what? This purple is not been. Oh, it's all ripped up. We don't need random bad threads, so we'll use it for our smocking practice. Yep, no room, not even for the candy. Oh, that's right. What I should do is good practice. Because I didn't know, and then B, when I did learn, it does make such a difference to thread your needle before you trim it off the spool so that your thread is in the appropriate orientation. Because when I read that was like, oh, your thread has a right and a wrong direction to be threaded, and I'd never thought about it, but it really does make a difference, and it's such a little thing. Okay, length of thread acquired. Oh, you know what I want to do though is pull up the chart. Should I? Let me make it so I can pull it up on the big screen here. I want here's the picture. Yes, we have our grid. I just want the simple one. Of course, when I try to find something. Oh, Jess, I learned the direction thread the hard way when I'm hand stitching. Yeah, I didn't learn it until like a couple of years ago. Like for having so many people in my family sew and be seamstress, like I've been sewing wrong for many decades. Like, why? And it's one of the, like, once you learn it, you're like, oh, that makes complete sense. but until I saw it, the notion didn't even cross my mind. I'm like, oh, sometimes there really is a better way. Hey, Loki, love, will you want to keep the audience happy for a second? I am going to put myself on mute, going to step away, and Loki is going to... Okay, don't lose your thread, Phoenix. Loki will keep you company. I'll be right back. Loki's going to do plastic whaleboning. Fortunately, that's in the drawer. Oh, Allie, I have only ever hand-sewn taking off a length of the spool and then threading the eye. See, somebody taught you from the beginning that there is a right way and a wrong way. And it seems so sensical to just do it that way. Oh, Loki just says she loves the fluff. That's you. And little... Yeah, boys. Yeah, boys. Alright, let me... Alright, let me pull up the other place. Because of course when I try to... Oh, okay. Okay, Loki. Before we get to the one that we're actually going to do, wouldn't it be funny to look at some of these examples that are just amazingly over the top? It is... Okay. Where is this book? Okay, let me... He is a floof. Me too. So, in this book are some absolute stunners that also kind of terrify me. But I'm super... absolutely in love with. So there's the cover. So this is Smocking and Gathering for Fabric Manipulation by Nell Wymath Link. and we'll just flip through. We'll skip the wordy bits. Oh, I need to. Okay. Well, that was a quick preview. But hold on. We will have the alt of it. Okay. Oh. Go back to the beginning. There we go. Oh, should I? All right, I see you, chat. I'll be there in just a second. We'll real quick go through these. Oh, wordy bits. Okay. These like scales on her hips. The shaping of this, I don't know. I like the effect where it's placed. Don't care for that. And then they show how to do it. These are like little poofy roses. This one's a little bit better, just on the shoulders and a little bit at the hips. What do they call it? That one is the popcorn smocking. Here, I don't even understand. They're like little V's, little trees. What do they call this one? Oh, arrowhead steps. Arrowhead steps. Oh, arrowhead. Then it's the steps and finish detail. There's no commas. Yeah, we're gonna play with this sawtoothed edge. I've seen a couple of different variations of of that. This one, I almost changed my plans to do this. No, go back. This iteration of smocking. But it has the same effect as the honeycomb one does, with a lot more stitches. Because you sew, they call this one the rose trellis, you sew these whole little ellipses and then pull it together to make the little poof, versus the honeycomb. That's so kind of, I really like that one, but I don't want to spend that much time doing it. Is the real reason. But all the fabric manipulation techniques in this book, some are super fun. Some just like make me question. Look at look at that hips. Look at those giant pleated hip detail. Like, you can only get away with that if you're a beanpole. I don't need to draw any more attention to this region. Like, that hip would just cover hip padding. Exact, right? Like, I've got the natural padding. We don't need more of that, but it's so funny. This one is kind of sweet with just the detail at the neck and all of the little pleated pieces, and the skirt and those little like not cap sleeves, and those little fluttery sleeves. This jacket's outfit, I don't know. I also just I don't love the look of this dropped waistline on me. I don't like it up too high. Don't like it too low. I've learned, for me, I like my waist where my waist is. This one is super cute too. And I like that it gives a little bit more shaping. But okay, we don't have to go. There's like 60 more pages in this book. We don't need to flip through all of them. But that... Stop sharing. Snack pockets. Those do look like snack pockets. Okay, so there's the most over-the-top versions that I kind of like, but not now. But let's look at the simpler one. Now if I can just get the picture. Oh, of course there are all the links for the video tutorials, but let me share the screen again because I think I know how this works. Posh hippie. Yes, those do. Ellie, I agree. Some of those do look like posh hippie beatnik. And then some of them, like weird 1940s office lady. Okay. I think we're sharing everything. Okay. So in this top right-hand corner is the honeycomb. Those are some of the most over-the-top amazing things. I'm gonna try this simple looking one that you pick up the thread, take a bite, skip a dot, take a bite, squeeze it together, and then repeat, and then offset every other, I think is how that goes. Because I know there's the versions where you like pleat it first, but you don't. I also know. Oh, is this it where we can just. Yeah, I've seen some examples where you don't need to run the gathering thread first, and you just take the stitches, which is the lazy version that we're going to try. I know. Like, there's some of them are so pretty and like sensical and nice, and other ones are like, oh my goodness. Like, what? Just grabbing my thimble box, my thimble case. Like, reach, be better at braid. Oh, which thimble should we go to our favorite thimble? Like Art Deco one, but ridged for my pleasure. Or should we use our fancy mother of pearl one? I'm afraid that I'm going to chip this one when I use it, but it's so pretty. Okay, we're not googling and ogling over. Yeah, some of them on all of them. I don't mind the smocking. I like the fabric manipulation detail. I take more umbrage with the placement and or the silhouette. Because I've lived in my body a long enough time that I've learned that there's some shapes that just don't look good on me. So I'm just not shaped that way. So I took a bite, skipped a bite, took a bite. Yes, we are eating chips. Not yet. I'm gonna just like twice over. Probably should have made this a little shorter. Just to gather it. And then we'll just take half a stitch and go to the back. This is where I didn't look up how to travel the thread. I figured before I cut the fabric for the dress, let's just get a feel for how this looks. Ellie, that's why I say use padding. It gives the silhouette exactly. Oh, that's, yeah, you're right. You do keep, no, I'm right. I just need to add some stuff so that the hourglass goes away. It's true. It's all an illusion. I know that, and then I know you're being literal, and I don't get it. I like am dense. Um, so then read one, skip one, read one. So we're gonna skip one and leave it long in the back and repeat. Oh, that shapewear to add padding. I feel round enough today. I've got so many layers on right now, but it's so cold. Oh, no, I'm just whining. Sorry. Yeah, see that? Okay. And then you just leave it extra long. Oh, I guess this is where you might. Is it better to cut it each time and not have it, the fabric travel the back? Let's see here. Allie, well, look at the stays you have seen. Those flaps at the bottom of the stays, something thing to a point. Right. Yep, they're room to put over the body or to slip some stuff underneath to be nice and smooth. Wow, I might lose it. I'm not sick, darn it. I'm not losing my voice. I'm just streaming too much. You were very correct. Okay, this is the practice. I think I'm gonna carry this one thread, but then I think I'm gonna take the time to cut it after each stitch because I don't like all that thread carrying on the back. Okay. I think carry along the row and then go back on the next row down, but alternate it. Because then my brain was like, well, then we could go and find some sparkly little beads to put on, a couple. Well, this isn't terrible. Okay, so this time I'm going to knot off, tie off, and then we'll just. Every once in a while I try to do a smart thing and I'm like, dress with a technique we've never done before. Before we cut out our fabric, why don't you just give it a try? You need to double check that you like the look. Would be to know what you're doing. Is it hidden in the back? I haven't done this, but that makes sense. When you draw the thread, there will be all the loops all over it. Right, yes, which is why I've seen. Okay, so let me knot this off and then I'll do a better job. We'll investigate what Phoenix has done on the two. Yeah, I've never. Always loved the look of smocking. I have never tried it, so there's no time like the now time. So in some of the versions for the honeycomb smocking, for this pattern in particular, they didn't run threads. They just used the grid to mark where the stitches need to go. So here at the beginning, there we go. I have 3, so I took a bite, skipped a bite, took another bite, and then drew the stitch closed. And I tried, but it's gonna pull I carried the thread on the back side, but I hate that messy look. So on this next one that we drew over to, I cut it. So we're gonna skip it. Let me add another honeycomb or another stitch in. Yeah, because it's not, I mean, if you carry it from, the only way to have it not be all these loopy threads in the back is by cutting it. Then it also does, okay, so we're gonna take our bite. I'm gonna skip a dot and then take another bite. And I thought it was nice to like pinch it closed because then I can just, I've got the 2 dots lined up so I can just take bites again. Well, this doesn't seem like it's going to take completely forever in a day. Oh, you know what, Phoenix, you should like actually do a whole panel before, rather than just, oh, I've done 3. Silly goose. And I guess I should probably get into the practice. When I after I do my 2 knots, I'm going to, before I cut the thread, pass it in between the layers to kind of bury the end a little bit. Cutting and tying, no, I'm not doing that much. Oh, that's funny. Well, maybe I want to try that diamond pattern. Yeah, that's the one I'm doing, this like diamond honeycomb one. It depends on what you like the look of in the back. Okay, so there's, did I catch the wrong? Did I forget to leave my space? It doesn't look great as a line, only a panel such as a couch topper with buttons. Ooh. Yeah, I'm practicing it as a line but yeah, I am gonna, mine's gonna have that diamond shape. Or that bust shaping, okay. Yeah, I forgot to leave. Oh my gosh, Phoenix, did you actually unpick a stitch on your sampler? Yes, I just did. Yeah, if I don't use this for decorative stuff, I was like, I might use this sampler for a pillow cover. I was thinking about that because starting off with this one because I know the application that I want to practice and use it for, but I thought it would be fun to just have a collection of other ones just next to each other. I am here for the doing your stitches and trimming and starting over again. The amount of mess and yuckiness for a garment to carry all that thread and running the risk that the tension isn't gonna remain consistent. No, if I was going to use it as an ornamental thing where it was going to get covered for a tiny area, maybe, but... And also, I mean, I'm going to wear a slip, but this material is sheer, and you'd see all of the carried threads through it, and that just looks messy. I'm gonna practice doing it this way because this is the way I'm gonna do it. You can't tell me otherwise. Oh, let's see here. Allie, that sucker would have already been in the snowbank outside waiting a spring thaw. Ouch. Them bees fighting words. Okay, let me do... Oh, I can only do one more because that's all I have. That's marked. Okay, so I need to skip one. We're going to mark one, skip one, mark one. Then we'll do the second row. That 17th century creative way. Just casually. Just out into the rose garden or just out to the hedgerows. You're not wanted anymore. That's how, yeah. If I had to look at all of those threads being through, no, I don't know much, but I know that I can't have it that messy. Wait, not futuristic, 1820s, oh, 8120. That is a fun idea too, that continued. How do we revamp the old things into a not steam, like, how do we futurize the past, but in an aesthetically pleasing way and not something that just looks like trash? I guess that's where I just make the irreverent group. I'm like, I'm going to make stays, but I'm going to use flannel. Oops, I've not been practicing. Did I sync my stitches? I can't remember. Alright. Let me tie a knot and we will try the second row. Let's see if we can start to make shape of these honeycomb patterns. This would be super cute with the beads in it and the bottle. Oh, Phoenix, just relax. Okay, that's the ugly backside with that stitch sitting there. Okay. So I'm going to skip this first one, take a bite through the next stitch. Let's skip the next one and take a bite out of the next. Oh, this is like hungry stitching. Why do they call it bites? I'm gonna take a bite out of the fabric. Is that because all the seamstresses were hungry because they couldn't eat? We have yucky fingers touch expensive fabric. If I would just bite you, fabric. I'm just gonna bite you. No, I'm just making up stuff. Oh, maybe I'll actually... I can't use my flat iron. Take my steamer out of the cupboard. I also think if I tried to press this, it might not. Yeah, because I think I marked a 12-inch grid so I can see how much shrinkage happens with the stitch, but it seems to be a standard rule of just cutting the fabric 3 times the size that you want your finished garment. So much thread there. Way more thread if you're carrying it through, because then I think it's equal in the long run. I would rather no. you can, I'm gonna to make my knots and do it, because I can't even, it would be so yucky. There's the thread. A whole back with threads that are gonna get pulled. No. Even really. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, so much thread. And even revolutionary military patches and outfit trims. That's a lot of thread. Especially when they use the gold trim. We'll figure it out. We'll just have fun. Oh, did I forget to put a knot? No, it wasn't big enough. Should just be math. We should just ask Jess giving her measure. I don't have. Yeah, fortunately, there's not a lot of underpinning, so my measurements are kind of true. Yeah, because that's the other reason why we're working on this little sampler section. So, because I knew that one of these lengths was 12 inches. Where did the little man lose my ruler too? Yeah, I think from I have one of it's 12 inches, so I know where I started was, so I could measure the end, how much shrinkage, because I didn't necessarily, I didn't necessarily need to want to cut more than I need to. How much will this panel be? This is just nothing. Not part of the finished garment, just me trying it. I haven't cut into the fabric for the garment, no, for that. Oh, find out how much. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I know what I started with, so I can take the measurements at the end, and then we shall know. Exactly. Yes, I get it. Sometimes my brain being in Canada and on the West Coast makes me, I get confused and simple sometimes. Thank you, Ellie. My brain finally kicked in for the right. I figured it out. We figured it. Yes, which is because I knew when I drew the dots on to be sure to only do 12 inches, so I knew where I was starting from. And we can figure out where I'm ending. I'm glad I'm going to do it just in that one little section in there. It's awesome. My brain already has plans for like more over the top ones, but I was like, Just start simple. One math calculation can never be the same for different patterns or even a bigger size. Right. And how accurate putting your grid on. Wait, I think I... Oh, there is a magical equation. One equation to rule them all. Yeah, because I figured if I made sure to use a 1-inch grid pieces, then if I knew, once I knew what the end was, then I could just scale up. So we're gonna skip this one, stuff it in this hole, skip the next one. Sometimes my brain thinks it maths. Skip that one, take this white. Oh my gosh, what style slip do I want to make for under this thing? Which color do we start with? White, silver. One of each, please. Yes, okay. Sure, sailor. Whatever you like, boy. Yeah, I do not mind cutting, reknotting to have a nice clean back. Worth it. Oh my gosh, did I actually find something where I enjoy finishing off the ends and have... What just happened? Okay, so there's what we have so far. I know it doesn't quite look like much yet. Oh no, wrong side. Here. There we go. Let's do another couple of rows. Oops. Yes, I think I do not hate sewing smocking like this. Good to know. Oh my god, those patterns in that book. I would go to the Internet Archive and borrow that book for the rest of the pictures. There's some other amazing winners. Got too much stitching. We want to have this done in 9 days, to be able to wear in 9 days' time, and we haven't started. We slowly made some progress on our other projects that we have started. How many projects can we finish in February? We'll find out. Yeah, I don't know if we'll read that embroidery shop ebook, but if maybe folks let me. Once we finish the instructions for art embroidery, should we do another book? Should Saturdays be book time? Well, you have to stop looking. It's all right, Ellie. You're getting stuff based on a Victorian draw used in the 1720 to 1900 textile mill to make fabric. Oh man, yeah, that was, you went down a rabbit hole, but not the one you were expecting to. That's all right. I think every once in a while my brain figures out how to do the maths, but me and my search is disrupting suggestions again. That's all right. You just disrupted yourself. Once I know how much the take up is, I'll just do the measurements. And I think when it comes to the garment, I'll do most of the hems, or I'll put the marks on, mark the hem, sew the hems, and then do that, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, so we did one, we're gonna skip one, we're gonna pick one up. Yeah, because it's kind of, once you get the pattern going, you know you just need to do every other, so it's just make sure you don't skip too many or pick up too close. This pattern is also pretty quick too, because you can do each one. I'm doing like 3 stitches. So you tie your knot, you make 3 stitches, and tie another knot and sink it. So 5 to 7 steps per motif. I mean, definitely more if we add beads and beads and boobs and stuff. Those aren't necessary. I know, I guess my brain also wanted to. Oh, Phoenix, if you want to do hand sewing, you could go back and finish that other wall quilt for the mummers that you need to finish. But the aprons got to their final destination. The good thing I let the recipient know, because they put the package in a plastic bag in the recycling bin, not next to the door. So they didn't know that they'd gotten a package. And just as well they checked, because the recycling gets picked up the next day. So it would have, all my hard work would have ended up in the recycling. And that would have been sad. Oh, you know what I might do the next time when we do the grid for the gown, the dress? Every row, I'm going to have 2 colors of marking pen so that I can keep track, because they're all in blue right now and it's getting squished up a little bit. Hey, Horror! Welcome. I don't know what I did, but it's great, and I need to go back. I'm so sorry. I kind of feel bad I missed your show this morning. I went back and started listening to it. I was like, oh, I want to go back and finish listening to it because it was good. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what I did or whether I don't know. I can't take credit for it. I don't know what happened, but yeah, people seem to be liking it. So I'll just say thanks. Yeah, you did. It was great. I was telling Deb about it. I was like, oh man, we got this for 4 hours. I was like, he's like, what's going on? I'm like, Sounds like horror's going off on Republicans and Rumble, and it's great. Oh, let's hear. Oh, yep. Allie says, hi, horror. Nice big letters A. Oh, my Canuckers. Yeah, we are so international here at the costume shop. It's been a day. Yeah, I'll probably. Now I know what you're saying, Allie. Yes. Yeah, you two can speak Canadian together. It's so funny, my getting late, and Canada's repping the chat super hard tonight. But, where's the... Alright, let me get to... We're almost at the edge of this row. Let's see, here's the motif showing up. Oh, there's the little X's starting to come through. This is such... Okay, can't help it. Let me do a couple more stitches. I really like this. I knew I was going to like the way this one looked. Yeah, I'm going to save my comments about it. I want to finish listening to your stream and just stew about it, and then I'll bitch about it on Sunday. Because today had enough interesting stuff. I attempted to use the ingress feature from OBS into Studio, and that was a absolute shit show of a disaster. So I just went back to using OBS the way I always do. The delay was like minutes long. The voice wasn't sunk up. It was just bad. Oh, horror. I've needed to vent all that stuff up for a long time. It's okay. It does take a few rows. Yes, that's why I'm not... A, I like it, but B, yeah, it takes some time to come in fully. But I hear you. There's definitely some points you were making that I agree with. Some stuff I just figured I'd let it sit in a whole 48 hours before I fully make my thoughts and comments about it, because I'm kind of just collecting. I'm enjoying seeing all the sides of it. I really appreciated what I heard of your take so far, and I don't disagree with some of it. But yeah, so stay tuned for Sunday. Oh my gosh, okay. I told Dub I'd be done in a little bit. Let's hear you. Oh, Horror, you asked people who don't watch the whole thing to at least watch the last 10 minutes. Oh, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go through. I'm a little bit there, and Allie, it was Phoenix Electra's samurai show style stitch and bitch. Yes. Yes, it'll be good. We're gonna cut you up and then stitch it up. Got all the things. Yeah, I think on the final dress I'm going to alternate colors of the pens, because I can see myself as the fabric is getting taken up, losing which line I'm on, because they start to meander a little bit. I borrowed her bitch from my stream this afternoon. You are more than welcome to it. Sometimes it has to happen, and the stitching bitch is open to all. You don't always have to stitch, but that's why I was like, oh, we're gonna start. I thought about having a couple things for today, and I was like, let's just spend a little time tackling works in progress and just doing some tutorial things. You had your grumbles, but we're still trying to woo Allie to rumble. It's true. Rumble Mario and Chris Pavlovsky. Yeah. We'll just be a few stitches more. The last 10-minute reveals. Okay. Should I just skip to the end? I don't mind, actually. I'm gonna listen. My secret trick sometimes is if I sometimes listen to stuff on 1.5. But yeah, then I can get through stuff even quicker. Oh, let's see here. But I'm going to, because I didn't hear any of the other fan kids stuff about it. I know it's out there though, and I can kind of guess, but yeah, we'll get there. Oh, excuse me. It's only 9 o'clock. It's not 9 o'clock. I'm thinking about you East Coasters. It being 9 o'clock, and here I am yawning. But let's see here. We'll do a couple more sticks. We'll do a few more, and then I might need to make some food. Let's see here. No, I keep looking at the wrong side and the wrong orientation. Okay, we're not singing a Canadian Western musical. What is happening? Oh, that's right, the Grammys. I don't, that, as the words were going to leave my mouth talking about Kanye West's wife, girlfriend, chick in a see-through dress. But then I remembered what I was making, and I said to myself just now, Phoenix, you also are making technically a sheer see-through dress, though you plan on wearing undergarments. So you might not be the right person to complain about somebody else in a sheer see-through dress. So I guess I'm just gonna not. That would make me a hypocrite, wouldn't it? All right. At least mine's gonna have honeycomb smocking. Darn it all. Not just, what was it, like expensive power mesh? Shiny power mesh? I don't even, what was that dress made of? And is she on, I don't know. Oh, stop pricking your fingers. Okay, we probably have like... Okay, don't use your simple words. Let me knot this one off, and I might need to call it a show, because I'm afraid I'm losing my voice. Getting a little raspy and hoarse around here. I think we've done enough rows. We can start to see...
Okay. On that note, these are for everybody who cannot come, who came to visit for our I know you have families, the weakness of keeping into the supposed yes, it is, and it is rich that I think the public reality